What's up, everybody? Episode 9 of Win the Week coming at you. Kyle and Joe here. It's Tuesday, September 28th. We got a new, fresh week upon us. Remember to get at us on our socials. Instagram win_the_week. Get at our TikTok and our Facebook groups as well. And then jump on to Spotify or Apple, whichever you prefer, and subscribe to the pod. Comes out every Tuesday, Thursday of the week. So with that, let's hit a quick recap, guys. Celebrating some successes last weekend. Kyle, talk to me. What happened last weekend? Where was your head at? What was some of the successes you celebrated? How was it?
Yeah, last week was a strong week. I would say up until about Friday, I was hitting about a 4 or 5 on most of the categories. Friday night, went out, had some dinner, got a nice Italian meal. So look, it was a good week overall. For those of you that don't know, I actually flew up to Cleveland and me and Joe went to the Browns-Bears game. We had a great time, got the win. We celebrated success. We had a couple of drinks. We had a couple of great meals. And we got to spend time with some friends and overall just a great weekend. Back to the grind. I didn't make any excuses yesterday, had an early flight, got back to Nashville. When you have those early flights after a long weekend like that, I think it's easy to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to mail it in today. I'm not going to work hard or, maybe I'll get a workout tomorrow. Nope. I said, you know what? I'm going straight to the gym, got my workout in. Got a really strong day at work as well from a career standpoint. And here we are. It's Tuesday and we're ready to move this thing forward. I'm excited to get back to work and win this week. So overall, it was a great weekend. It was great spending time with Joe. And again, most importantly, we came out of Cleveland with a win.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what it's all about. I'll say that this week off to a great start for me. So really woke up today feeling good. I was dealing with a little nagging injury that I think we've maybe turned the corner on. So had a really great workout and just in a great headspace. And with that, we're going to parlay into today's episode. We are going to be focusing on reading and educate on the assessment here. And with that, we're going to parlay into today's episode number 5 on the assessment, reading and educating. Okay. This is very, very important. What that means is, we have it built out on the assessment as I spend, about 15 plus minutes of reading or learning 1 through 5 days out of the week. So if you go, 15 minutes each for 5 days, you're going to hit a perfect 5 for 5 on this portion of the assessment. And with that, what does reading and educate mean? We kind of want to break it down in a couple areas. So the educating portion is, reading daily about something that's going to help you with what you do for a living, whatever it might be. That, is it in your industry or are you in business and, reading a Wall Street Journal helps you? Or do you work, in a city, you have a small business in a city? Would it be beneficial to read about, the economies of the city and how the population is changing, whatever that might be? I think that is one way that, you could check that box and find a way to educate yourself about something that you're passionate about and really helps you professionally, right? Or is it, reading books, whether that be, professionally focused books about self-improvement, whatever that might be, or wealth management or finance books? Or is it, something fiction focused? I mean, listen, those Harry Potter books were amazing. I read all those books. I mean, there's something to be said about reading about that, right? And then lastly, even counting something along the lines of the Bible or whatever religious group you're a part of, reading on a daily basis or, a couple times a week in that focus as well, right? So, I think between all of those options, if you can carve out 15 minutes a day, for 5 days, you can really hit a perfect 5 for 5 here, right? So, Kyle, why don't you talk to us a little bit about why this is on here, why it's on the assessment, why this is a focus for us and needs to be a focus for all of our fans here.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to the bigger picture here. It's really 3 things. It's, mental, spiritual, physical. Reading, is a big mental benefit, and it's a really great way to get your mind going, keep your mind sharp. And I think Joe has also mentioned this in a previous episode where, especially if you're not in school, it's really easy to get out of the mindset of reading and keeping yourself educated and keeping your mind active. And a really great way to do that is by reading. Again, it doesn't take hours on the day, 15, 20, 30 minutes is all it takes. And, again, you're going to get that mental stimulation. Now, with that, there are really four big things we look at as benefits of reading. Now, obviously, there are more than that, but these are kind of the four that jumped out to us. And I already mentioned one of those, which is mental stimulation, right? It's really easy to when you have some spare time throughout the day to throw on TV or maybe watch YouTube or whatever the case is. It's brainless. It's easy. If you're working, the last thing sometimes you want to do is really push yourself to read. But if you can do that, you're going to get that mental stimulation. It's really good for your brain. So that's a big one. Also, stress reduction. There's something about just saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take some time to myself. I'm going to read. It relaxes your brain. It kind of takes that stress like, hey, let me take a step away from everything that's going on outside in my life. And I'm going to read a little bit. It's going to calm me down. It's going to take my mind somewhere else. And that's a really important thing too. If you are stressed out, whether it's through job, personal situation, relationships, this could be another way to really reduce that stress. Okay. The third way that we see this as a really big benefit is that you'll become a stronger analytical thinker, right? Because what happens when you read is it makes your brain work in a different way, and it really starts to. It's almost the same thing as if you were to work out, right? You're growing that muscle, whatever the muscle group is that you're working on. It's the same thing with reading. You're activating your brain, you're working out your brain, and it's increasing that muscle. And that way, it's going to allow you to think a little bit better. It's going to allow you to think a little bit more quickly. It's going to improve your analytical thinking skills. And another really big benefit of reading is relaxation and tranquility, right? For me personally, when I read is right before bed. Okay. And the reason I do that is because it is unbelievable how much it just brings you down. And it's like, okay, I'm not stressed out anymore. My brain's not going a million miles a minute. It really relaxes me, and it allows me to get a really good night's sleep. And I just probably started doing this about 6 months ago. Prior to, I might be watching TV or maybe I'm on my phone, and I just wasn't getting that quality of sleep that I know that I was capable of getting. So I just said, hey, you know what? As opposed to reading in the morning, I'm going to start doing my reading at night. And it's the last thing I do. It relaxes my brain and it allows me to go to sleep really easily. And I'm not thinking about a million different things right before bed. So that would be a recommendation of mine. Just give it a shot, 20, 15, 30 minutes before bed, read a little bit, then don't hop back on your phone afterwards. Just go straight to sleep. It makes a huge improvement, not only the quality of sleep, but how easy it is to fall asleep as well. So relaxing, tranquility there, another big benefit.
Yeah, for sure. I'll add one more here, just because this is something that is in the focus right now, and it's unfortunate, but it appears that it's not an issue that's going away anytime soon, right? And that's mental health, right? So I think Kyle really hit on all of those benefits great, and a couple of those benefits directly relate strictly to mental health. But I wanted to just kind of call this one out as well and just hit on it. So reading really does just slow down your brain. And there has been countless studies about, the benefits of reading, what it can do, and how reading directly improves not only against anxiety or depression, but really does improve your mental health, right? So I'm going to challenge people, especially the younger generations out there, where you're spending all of this time just, staring at TikTok and Instagram and other people and whatever, and comparing yourselves, whatever it might be, right? All those issues that are out there. If you can just find 15 minutes, 20 minutes, as Kyle said, right around, going to bedtime is a really good time to focus on this. And I'm just find a way to read something that you're passionate about, something that you care about. I don't care what that is. I hit on it earlier. Find a way to just decompress for 15 minutes and just read about something that you're passionate about. And it really does help your mental anxiety and your mental health. And just really, it's crazy, but it really does just make you feel better about yourself. And I think there's something to be said about that compared to just staring on social media apps and then, not complaining, but now dealing with all of this depression and anxiety. Just find a way to decompress, do something a little different, and just read for maybe 20 minutes, guys. So, I challenge everyone to get after that. I think this is an area that, a lot of fans out there were not at a perfect 5 for 5. So let's make a focus here. Feel free, message us, shoot us a comment, whatever it is. If you have any questions on this, let us know. We would be happy to help and really dive deeper if need be. So, all right, guys, we appreciate the time today. Next pod is coming at you Thursday, September 30th. Let's continue to do the right thing this week and really set us up for Thursday to be in a really good spot where we can look back on the first, 4 days of this week and feel good about it. With that, get at us on our socials. As mentioned, we want to hear from you. Shoot us a message, shoot us whatever. If you want to jump on the next pod or some future pods with a question, let us know. We'll get you involved. And then get after us on Apple and Spotify. Shoot us a follow. They both do a really good job of just immediately sending a great push notification to you saying when the episode drops. So get at us. We appreciate you guys. And guess what? Let's go out there and win this week.